All right, boys, it's freaking leg day today. We're starting off on hamstrings because, guys, you got to start with your weak point in the workout. Do you want your weak muscle to get bigger and stronger? Absolutely. So, find that weak point, hit it first, and hit it hard. That's how you're going to grow it. Anyway, we get the full stack on here. I'm going to try to get, 5 reps. I'm so cracked off pre-workout right now. I had a Gorilla Mode Lightning, which apparently is like their highest stimulant pre-workout. So, very, very, very excited about that. But yeah, let's go. Sweating already, and I haven't even done anything. All right, boys, I don't know. This angle kind of seemed a little weird, but you know what? You got to do different angles every set. Anyway, that moved decent. Not too good because, guys, we're low on the carbs, right? Normally when we're doing a lot of carbs during a bulk or whatever, muscle glycogen is up, force production's up, workouts are a little more effective. But I'll tell you what, if I could just maintain that strength level as I go down during the cut, that means that I'm getting stronger. So, because obviously if body weight goes down and you maintain strength, that's a good sign. But anyway, let's get to the set. Again, I'll fully admit this is another weird angle, but guys, like I said, you gotta change it. That actually moved a little better than the first set. Gonna toss it around again, maybe lower the weight by like 20 pounds or so. We'll see. 200. All right, boys. Single leg extensions. We just finished off some hamstring curls, and guys, if you have any imbalance, like I mentioned earlier, if you have any weak muscle, put it first. Put it earlier than your better and stronger muscles. This goes down to limb exercises, right? If my left quad is weaker and smaller than my right, you better believe I'm putting my left quad first if I want to get any kind of fixing of that imbalance. My left quad has been a weak point for the majority of my life, like legit. My left leg in general has always been weaker, but finally I got my left calf a little stronger than my right, and I'm trying to get my left quad about the same, okay? Because there's a reason that imbalance happened in the first place. I obviously favor my right leg more in life in general. So if I can learn to get my left quad stronger, just by a little bit, just by a few reps on a given exercise maybe, it'll make me probably want to use that leg more in general, and so it'll fix that imbalance even in my daily life, not even just in the gym or physique wise. So same thing with my left arm. I fixed that imbalance. My left arm was a lot smaller, nearly an inch, and then I got it a quarter inch bigger than my right. So massive gains if you put stuff first. All right, keep that in mind always. So this workout is honestly an order of importance of, okay, what do I want to be bigger in my legs? And number 1 is my hamstrings. Number 2 is my quads, and everything else comes after. So let's go. Left quad first. All right, we did like 175 for a decent amount of reps that were a little bit sloppy, a little bit. And that was last week, right? So I'm gonna try to get 180 today. You guys might be thinking, why would you raise the weight if it was sloppy? Guys, I always talk about this in my videos, and when I say this, I really always talk about this. Slight cheating, man. I don't know how I could, tell you the importance of it anymore. When I trained very strict and methodical and 4-second eccentric and pause at the bottom and explode on the way up, and never progressively overloaded, never made any gains, right? And I would train to failure, which was the weird part. So I was training close to failure, which means there should be some adaptation. And I'm not saying that training with strict form is bad. There's progression to be had there. But I think if you're saying, okay, I could horse around the full stack on a lat pull down, Or I could do half the stack with extremely good form. I'd rather see you horse around the full stack, not like a total weirdo, you know, horrible form, totally awful, just terrible gym fail worthy video type of thing. But slight cheating, like, hey, if I can rock back a little bit, right, and maybe I can only get it just below my chin or to my chin, and maybe I'm not going and getting a full deep stretch, but guess what? My lats are exploding. That's what happened. My lats got so much bigger when I started doing that. Same thing with leg day. The guys you see with the biggest legs aren't the guys who do a 135 squat with tempo, okay? The guys with the biggest legs are the guys who say, okay, I'm gonna build up to 5 plates on a barbell squat. And I'm gonna have relatively deep form. And I'm gonna squat maybe even like an Olympic lifter, trying to get out of the bottom quick. So, all right, boys. You might be thinking, Max, you've been talking for a while. Why don't you just get to the set? And I realized, hey, it's actually my video, so I could talk about whatever I want as long as I want. And with that said, boys, even if you're not a Christian gym bro, I mean, it might be a little awkward for you to do this, but if you're a Christian gym bro, feel free to listen to worship music during the workout, dude. Look at Mr. Olympia right now, Derek Lunsford, Mr. Olympia, the biggest guy, okay? Maybe not pound for, poundage-wise, he's not 300, but best bodybuilder right now, Derek Lunsford. Bro said he listens to worship music during his workouts. That's because it's inspiring, man. It builds you up, builds up your faith. It builds up your mindset. And it's just helpful in general, man. So don't be afraid to, man. A lot of the stuff we listen to is so negative to get us hype. And, I don't think that that's always good to dwell in that negative place in your mind and to try to, think about bad things and think about all these things that happen to you and why you need to be motivated. Sometimes you need to think, okay, let's think of the goodness of God for a minute, right? And a workout is a great place to do that because you're not really necessarily thinking and getting distracted while you're listening to music. The music is kind of like what you're hearing while you're doing the lift. So, anyway, with that said, monologue is over. Let's get to the real stuff. Ooh. Woo. Woo. Dude, I can't really stress enough how much this pre-workout just makes you want to move. It really makes you just want to move, dude. And I mean that with all sincerity. I never am the guy who does arm circles. Okay, but this pre-workout has me going pacing around, stretching, doing random arm circles. Dude, you need to move when you have this stuff, for real. So, frick. I feel really good. Really hyped, really good, really focused. Honestly, in terms of the workout experience, I would give this a solid 9 out of 10. Because I've had other pre-workouts that are really good, but not quite this good. And I think, though, most of it still has to do with, okay, how motivated are you? Because motivation is going to feel better than any pre-workout. And you're hearing this from the guy who took the full dose of Gorilla Mode High Stimulant Pre, which I'm not affiliated with, by the way. I just know that they have good products. Motivation is going to hit better than any pre-workout. It's going to hit harder. But pre-workout will help you to get to that place. So it's more about how can I get motivated? And if pre-workout helps you to do that, take it. All right, so I know I just talked, but again, dude, I can have fun with this, right? I could be myself, talk about whatever I want. Dude, I'm gonna freaking do both legs because the first set, obviously, we're prioritizing the left because there's an imbalance there. But second set, I want to save on fatigue a little bit, not get so much fatigue. And so instead of just doing one set to failure and then another set to failure, which is still hard on your CNS, obviously, I'm gonna just do one set to failure with both legs, which is going to be only a little bit more fatiguing in some ways and a little bit less fatiguing in other ways, right? So, whew. I might have explained that poorly, but I think you guys are on board, so trust me.
Mission failed. We'll get them next time.
All right, we got it on 270. This should move good. You know, 270 is a good weight. It's quite a bit more. I used to do 245 like a week ago. So, but I'm so hyped though. I think I can hit this pretty easily. Listen, was the pause in the bottom as long as normal? No. Was the form quality high? Yes. I'll tell you what. Again, I've tried some pre-workouts, not that many, but I have tried some, right? And a lot of times they'll make your stomach kind of upset, okay? And I'm having this on an empty stomach, and it's actually not even bad. Like, I'm still burping up a storm a little bit, but I mean, compared to, you know, having a whole pot of coffee and whatever else. I mean, plus you got to think, I had a scoop of protein in coffee. I had creatine. I had 3 liquid IVs and this pre-workout, which I don't necessarily advise. Oh, but you get what I'm saying. I had all that liquid, and all I'm getting is a little bit of burps. I don't feel nauseous. I feel good. I like this. I mean, the video, yes. Is it revolving around the pre-workout a little bit? Yeah. But pre-workout, again, is a tool to motivate you. So, but think about this though. If you're new to the gym, just remember pre-workout isn't going to do the weight for you. It's not going to do the lift for you. You're not just going to magically, you know, be possessed to lift these weights and train hard. You have to pull it out of yourself. All pre-workout does is help you to do that. So, won't do it for you. It's funny how things just out, but you gotta just deal with it. Yeah. So what is that? I mean, they're my kids. I'm gonna watch them grow from here until they're 40. Yeah. And even after that. That is awesome. Yeah, it was at Monday. We hit the bench. And I did like, I think it was 150. Not more. Yeah. It was different. And we feel this rope. But I know where I stand, so it's like, yeah. These guys are all right here. You I knew as soon as I got. Shh. Ah. Yes. I am in a little bit of a rush, but boys, it was a solid workout. PR'd on leg extensions, PR'd on calf raises, PR'd on the adductor machine. The only thing that didn't go too well was the hamstring curl. Pretty much just been the same fairly consistently on that exercise for a while, but it's okay. As we keep putting it first, as we keep, focusing on high motor unit recruitment for the hamstrings, they will grow over time. And especially considering that I am low on glycogen and everything, I think that was a pretty solid workout. So crazy to be PRing on the cut, but I'll tell you what, guys, that's part of what pre-workout helps with and staying hydrated and all that. So, woo!